Hello, beautiful souls. Rare and special event. Like a super rare unicorn sighting, Sky is teaching some of the foundational Theta Healing certification courses online. It is one blazing rainbow of a portal opening up for a life-changing experience, all from the comfort of your own home. If you're interested in joining me, learning from my years of service to this international community, it's time to make your dreams come true and share with you one of the most powerful tools used to bring us into alignment, direct connection to the highest vibration of all that is, to ramp up your manifestation skills, all while creating impeccable discernment and empowering you with a map to the universe and beyond that will serve you the rest of this life and throughout lifetimes to come. If you're ready to step in, this is your time. If you're ready to clear your limiting beliefs and trauma that you haven't been able to get rid of this whole lifetime, pain or suffering, and general overall cosmic crap that you may think has been serving you, and move forward to be the most epic, brilliant, sparkly representation of self on this earth in a human body, this is one of the most potent steps I've discovered over the last almost 2 decades throughout all my travels, hanging out with all these healers all over the world that can help you get that for yourself. Taking these foundational certification courses with me after I've helped write and create these very foundational courses of Theta Healing that have made it internationally renowned and traveled around the world with the founder Vianna Stibal and her husband Guy is a unique, powerful transmission, a download in itself that you don't want to miss. Plus, I'm effing magical. After all, cell does talk to cell, and light travels faster than the speed of light, and light just is. For more details and how to register for upcoming courses, go to www.skyislimitless.com. Go to the Work with Sky section, and then you'll see all about Theta Healing certification. That's www.skyislimitless.com. Or you can just go to the show notes and click on the link there.
Welcome to Leading with Light, a wellspring for the transformational leader that you were born to be, where you can fill up and align, gather and be inspired, and bring your vision to light. Guiding you towards your divine connection and limitless possibilities, here is your host, Visionary Leader Extraordinaire, Sky Ahern. Poof.
Hello, transformational leaders. Welcome to this Love and Light Fest, your sweet spot for stepping up and getting your shine on. I'm your host, Sky Ahern, and you are listening to Leading with Light. Today's guest is Kelley Hunter, Ph.D. Kelley Hunter, Ph.D., longtime astrologer, mythologist, author, and speaker, brings her rich wisdom of psychology, cosmology, holistic healing, unified field physics, and spirituality into unique focus on the cosmic feminine. Kelley is the Director of Helia Productions, where she co-creates experiential events for personal and planetary awakening, diving into the creative process, storytelling, and stargazing. You can learn more about Kelley and sign up for her Cosmic Astrological newsletter at www.heliastar.com. That's HELIA star.com. Welcome to the show, Kelley.
It's always great to be here with you, Sky.
We tend to have a really great time.
We do. We have a really good time.
I'm happy to see you, and I'm so excited to look a little bit ahead in the future. We just want to talk about what's going on astrologically.
Well, we have some big cycles and we have smaller cycles, and this is the time of year where we're kind of moving between Leo into Virgo, and then we move from Virgo into Libra on the equinox, and what's going on in the bigger picture with the whole orchestra of the planets that each play their own instrument in the cosmic symphony.
Yay.
So we had the last full moon was on July 23rd. And I'm mentioning that because it was in early Leo with the full moon in Aquarius. And we're going to have 2 full moons this season that are in Aquarius.
Wow.
With the sun in Leo.
That's
We're going to have
amazing.
one at the very beginning and one, at the very end of that sign. So that's noteworthy. That doesn't happen all the time. It's not exactly a blue moon, but it's kind of like that.
We'll have to pray here pretty soon just to even think about having 2 full moons with Aquarius. What?
2 full moons in Leo Aquarius. Yeah. The sun would be in Leo, and the full moon, therefore, is in the opposite sign, which is Aquarius.
Wow.
And it's a good time to have a prayer, because when anything is in Leo or Aquarius these days, it's plugging in to the larger cycles that we're in the middle of, since we entered a new era further into the age of Aquarius at the end of 2020. And so the Aquarian energy is amplified by these 2 full moons.
That is so amazing. Well, let's amplify our constant connection to the highest vibration of all that is by intentionally connecting up and doing that little prayer meditation we always do at the very beginning of every episode of Leading with Light.
It's a great way to definitely tune in. Yeah, and tune up.
Yep, tune up, get clear. So let's do that together. Would you like to join us? Let's do this, okay? So find a quiet place. You're going to center yourself in your heart. And on your next inhale, breathe that energy of creation all the way up into your body. And when you're ready, you're going to take the next deep breath in, breathing up that highest vibration of all that is, unconditional love, all the way up through the earth, blessing this Mama Earth that we are living on, all the way up through the soles of your feet, breathing that energy up into your legs, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your torso, all the way up the back of your spine, your shoulders. It's kind of like this really great cosmic massage, tingly energy, filling you up with the highest vibration of all that is, all the way down your shoulders and your arms and your hands, and then again up, all the way up to your neck and your head, coming up out of your space in a beautiful ball of light. Just going up higher and higher, about 67 feet, up past the tallest tree that you know of, past the clouds, the Earth's atmosphere, even higher into the stars, past the planets. Wave goodbye to Pluto with his little heart on it, all the way up to the universe and past the multiverse, even higher up through these dark lights, wave into the different spirits, ancestors, going even higher up through these different layers of white lights, golden lights, wave into all the angels and all of the gods and goddesses, and even higher up through this thick jelly-like substance, through the laws of the universe. You're going to go up into this pink cotton candy-like energy, which is the law of compassion. And deep into that energy of compassion, you're going to see this window of sparkly iridescent light. Little glacial ice blue around it, and you're going to step on in it. And as soon as you do, it just goes poof. And all around you is this highest vibration of energy of creation. You can feel it. It's tingly. It's giggly. It's happy. It creates all things. There's only love here. No fear unless you bring it with you. So just poof that on out of your bubble and watch it just create and just be in some love for right now. Knowing that when you lead with this love, with this light, that you just get to heal the world just by being all that you are. Doesn't the world need a little bit more love and light? This is what you can do to help out. So see yourself up in that little beautiful bubble, and you can reach up out of your bubble, gathering as much energy as you need. Bring it into your bubble, blessing your whole entire body, just becoming that light when you're ready. And from here, I'm going to pray. Mother, Father, God, creator of all that is, Atanaha, all that is, thank you for my life. Thank you for the life of Kelley Hunter. Thank you for the lives of all of the people listening to this podcast. Be with us as we go through what's going on our earth, in the stars, with the planets, just being a part of all that is. What is going on? Be with us today. Aho. Thank you for all that we are, and actually, thank you for all that we shall become. I forgot that part because I really like that part. Aho. There we go.
Aho.
Aho. Oh my gosh, that's so fun to do.
That's beautiful and timely, because we are becoming we're filling up with light from the galactic waves that are coming in, and we are getting some really strong waves coming in. And this is the Leo time of year at the end of July into August, when the creative energy is at a high. And whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere with a different season, we've still got this creative Leo energy. And the August begins, and that's one of the cross quarter days, right? The holy days. I guess we call that Lammas. And there's another name for that as well. But that day, August 1st, the sun is aligned with Mercury. So Mercury, the messenger of the gods, is tuning in to the sun for the beginning of August in the sign of Leo, which is the creative sign. And we also have Venus and Mars. They had a party in July in Leo, but now they're both in Virgo, ready to take that creative impulse, that fun stuff, and apply it in an earthy way and really be of service to the earth. So those planets want to take this creative energy and use it, apply it for whatever's most important right now. And in fact, part of that is to keep our bodies tuned up and tuned in with this energy and these downloads in order to embody more fully the connection that we bring as human beings to connect heaven and earth.
Nice.
So this is the beginning of August, and we have the planet Jupiter, the big planet, which brings opportunities, has given us a little heads up the last couple of months, being in Pisces, to kind of tune in to some subtle tuning in with that compassion and that feeling of the larger universal field. And it just gave us a little heads up. That's going to be stronger coming in that field next year in 2022. And now Jupiter's moved back into Aquarius because that's where it's happening. Jupiter is in Aquarius, and we also have another one of the broad strokes going on in Aquarius is Saturn, which is about what we focus on. Saturn is kind of what the situation is, what the circumstances are, and here's where we're doing our work. Here's where we're really working the energy. And that's Aquarius. So that's about community. That's about the social context of our lives, which has gone into a new era starting at the end of 2020. We had that beautiful, never to be forgotten, close combination of Jupiter and Saturn, which just went into Aquarius. The same place that the July 23rd full moon at the beginning of Aquarius just kind of kickstarted that energy back in, the sense that we are moving into a new era and that we're creating this together. And each of us personally is kind of creating the context that we are engaging in the larger world after a very challenging year of 2020. And we're also tuning in. We're feeling the web, our own personal individual soul web of connected, like our soul tribe maybe, or people that we are on the same wavelength with that we can co-create with. So that is part of the whole dynamic between Leo, creative fire, heart-based energy, and Aquarius, which is the larger, the community, the social context, the higher mind that brings us together at a whole nother level, that lifts us above all the disharmony and the difficult conversations that we can get distracted into. And it's lifting us above into a realm where there is this love and this more universal energy. So we had that July 23rd full moon that evoked that energy and asked us to please focus more on this. Please focus on this. Think this way. Think in those more universal kind of, as the watcher of your life, as the witness of what is going on without getting pulled down into the weeds with it. And to let that love vibe be shared. And then we have a new moon on August 8th, which is in the sign of Leo. So it's amplifying that creative energy, that let's have fun, let's love life, let's reverberate with the heart energy.
So by that time, we're going to be in the whole new year in the Mayan calendar.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes, because that July 23rd full moon was just before the new Mayan New Year. Yes.
Right. July 24th is the last day of this current year, in this wizard year. And then the day of the 25th is the day at a time. It's the day, that special day in between the year. And we're going to be popping into, on the 26th of July, we'll be popping into that very first day of the new wizard year. And that's pretty exciting. So that 24th, 25th, 26th time of July is going to be really, really amazing. We're in a 13-year wizard journey. Right now, we're finishing up the second year of the wizard journey. Then we're going to start the third year of the wizard journey. And that wizard journey is going to be wizard seed winds. So I see it as the wizard is co-creating with the energy all around us, meeting the moment as it unfurls, and just becoming that easy creator of poof, poof, poof. And we've had to learn how to live with ourselves that first year in that way of no structures, after having 13 years of structures before. And we know that the world has changed. It's not going to go back to normal. There is no normal. The normal now is just meeting the moment, co-creating with what you want to create in the moment. And so last year we were learning how to relate to ourselves and source and others and have a lot of transformation as a wizard. And then this year we're going into movement, moving out into the world, planting these seeds with intention to create, like what I see as the wind is the breath of our spirit, of our prayers, planting intentionally the prayers that we actually choose to create, choose to begin to sprout in a whole new way. So it's the first, it feels like the first real true bringing into the physical part of this 13-year world journey for me anyways. I'm sure Stargazer Lee, who's very cool calendar that I've been playing with for over 10 years. You can just order one of her calendars on stargazerlee.com. You can follow along with her and let her know that you learned about that on Leading with Light and with Sky. And so that would be really cool. She'd probably love that shout out. But it's really great to play with this because we get to see the flavor of each day. And so we're going to be popping into that new year in the moon of purpose. So we're going to be in that energy in August of moon of purpose, figuring out how we are going to embody this new creative energy you're telling us about with these moons and Leo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is great because we're moving. Also, we have a Venus and Mars moving in Virgo to begin August. And Mercury joins into Virgo on the 11th of August. And Virgo's that's the earth sign. That's like, how do we take that creative energy and apply it in the way that's most called for? There's Virgo. It's like tuning in to what's going on. And here's what we need to do with this. Here's what's happening now. And it's a very interactive energy. It's like, what's the most important thing? Let's get to it now. Let's feel how the rhythms and cycles, what are they calling for at this point? Let's ground it. Let's live it. Let's, kind of do the best we can here with the greatest skills we have. And Mercury really helps the skill set because it is one of the rulers of Virgo. So on August 11th, when it moves into Virgo, there's more skill to be applied. There's more know-how. There's more instinct for like picking up on what needs to happen here. And so that gives a quality of really being able to get a lot done and ground a lot of the energy coming in that is new. And we also pick up on the earth energy with that. And Venus is going into her own sign on August 16th, which is Libra. So she's creating more harmony and more balance and more agreement, and beauty and balance in things. And this is her graciousness and her willingness to listen to all different sides of perceptions and what people are thinking and say, yes, I understand where you're coming from. That's a beautiful part of graciousness, of the willingness to listen and hear what everyone's saying. So that begins on August 16th in particular.
That sounds like a really good download. Let's do that real quick.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
The skills and the listening, the harmony.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the graciousness.
And graciousness. Isn't that a wonderful word?
Yeah,
it's so luscious.
It is. I've been talking a lot about generosity of spirit, but I guess it is kind of graciousness. So would you all like to know what it feels like to embody graciousness and embody harmony and be able to step out into the world being gracious, creating a harmonious environment, truly engaging and listening with love and maybe creator's perspective as you listen? You can imagine that goddess Venus, she would just be so gracious. She wouldn't be like all gracious by herself. She'd be all hooked up to the divine being gracious. There's a big difference. Would you like to understand that difference and recognize when you aren't hooked up to the divine and you get yourself hooked up to the divine so you can listen that way, getting that highest vibrations perspective of what's really going on. What is that person really saying? What's that person really asking for? Would you like to know what it feels like to be heard graciously by others? If you'd like all of those downloads, you just say, heaven, yes.
Heaven, yes.
Woohoo! So wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this in the highest and best way, the highest love of all, we're going to just ask Creator to teach you in every cell of your body. Poof. All you got to do is say yes, and so it is. Okay, you go now. That's nice. I like that Venus energy.
Yeah, Venus is leading the way these days,
Yay.
And she's coming into one of her best signs in the middle of August. So let's listen to that. And also, even before the next full moon on August 22nd, we have Uranus. Now, Uranus is one of the big players because it's one of the slower moving planets and represents the signs of the times. And it's in Taurus right now, has been since early 2019. It's in a sign for 7 years, and it's saying, wake up to this energy. And Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus is about embodiment. Taurus is about really being here on earth and feeling that earth come up through our feet and feeling how the energy is coming down through the cosmos, right down through us. And whatever's getting in the way of that, like, let's move our bodies. Our bodies are our instrument of incarnation. Virgo likes to fine tune, and Taurus likes the strength of incarnation. So this is strong like bull. This is the tree hugger sign, really steadying. And Uranus is like awakening. So it's creating a kind of awakening, how we need to regroup around how we're living on the earth, how we're in our bodies. We don't want to be too abstract. We don't want to be too technology. We have bodies and we want to inhabit them fully. So Uranus is saying, hey, that's the way to go. It's been very slow. It's been so slow all through July and all through August and all through September into October. It's just kind of holding steady in one place, saying just like really feel this energy coming down through you. This awakening energy, bring it into your body, feel how it can strengthen you and be deliberate and be deeply effective, useful. This is getting back to the basics: food, shelter, clothing, water. Let's get, self-reliant here. Let's take charge of who we are and what we're here to embody. And Uranus is really focused in right now. And it's one of the factors also that is a bit challenging this month to listen to, because there's no old way. It's a new way we're coming into through these light waves to embody a different quality, a different wavelength, maybe even a different dimension of energy.
That wizard, it's just becoming that connection.
That's a good wizard energy. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're just embodying that who you truly are on an energetic level, even before you're in a body, but that wisdom of your soul and beyond in the human body, using this vehicle to basically have a great time, the best time you could ever co-create with the divine.
Enjoy the texture of life, you know?
Yeah.
So, then we get to the full moon. The full moon on August 22nd is at the very end of Leo. This is the second full moon. So it's more close to Jupiter. So it's saying opportunities are opening up here. So keep open to that. And it's also aligning with this full moon in Aquarius, sun sign Leo, moon opposite in Aquarius, is very close to a new planetoid that's been discovered in the far solar system quite a bit past Pluto. And these are the new Kuiper belt objects that have been discovered only in the last 20 years or so.
That's cool.
And they're of a quantum level. And the one that is in Aquarius now and being very activated, especially, during this August time, and on that full moon on the 22nd, is named Promzeus.
Wow.
Promzeus.
Promzeus. Yeah. Nice.
Now, these new Kuiper belt objects are being named for indigenous creator gods from different
we've talked about a few of these, right? There was one from Africa, one from LA, one from Hawaii.
That was, it was one from Hawaii, Haumea, who is very active lately.
Right.
And there's the Kwawar from the Los Angeles area. Yeah. And there is one from Africa, and I cannot pronounce it because it has the click sound.
Oh, right.
I'm not really, I don't have facility with that language.
Okay.
But this one, Promzeus, is from Lithuania.
Wow.
And is Lithuania's high god of the sky, of destiny, and he through ceremony, and the Lithuanians have a long tradition of ceremonies that they have continued through thousands of years.
Cool.
So Promzeus is about creating peace and harmony in the community among the people through ceremony, through singing and dancing and the fire ceremonies they have, and through whatever else can bring the community together.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
That feels like a download.
Right, that full moon. Download Jupiter, Promzeus, and the full moon on the 22nd of August. A beautiful energy download. Yes.
Like, so if we were to...
Let's celebrate together. It's like celebrating together.
And it's really tricky, right? Because it's like how to celebrate. We've been on this long journey. So how to remember how to celebrate, but how to celebrate in a new way, because we're all different. How about we do that? How about we do that download? First of all, some people don't even know how to celebrate. They don't dare celebrate, because if they celebrate, something might go wrong.
And people forget how to have fun. Like,
right.
How do we have fun now?
They're working so hard. Like farmers back in the day, if your people were farmers on any level, they wouldn't have celebrated too much a good, healthy crop. Yeah, because it could have jinxed them for the next year or something like that. And so let's teach us creators' perspective of what it is to celebrate and what it is to celebrate together, and that it's safe to celebrate and how to celebrate in this new time and place.
Especially if we're farmers, especially if we're growing our own food, which, this is a Taurus thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so even, the harvest, the garden, the beauty, the earth energy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can tell you, we have a farm here. It's the Philo Grandma's farm. And we get a little anxious around massive harvest when we have all of our fruit trees coming on one after the other. It's a trip, but luckily we've created a farm so we can share that with people. And so we can celebrate that bounty and abundance without...
That's beautiful, the sharing of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but just how to celebrate and appreciate in that present moment the bounty, and then sharing that bounty in community intentionally, knowing that, you've created something, you've helped nurture something, you've marveled. Fruit, they're flowers. A strawberry was a flower. I mean, I know this is pretty fundamental, but peaches were a flower, Asian pears were a flower. Apples were a flower.
Well, that's appreciating the Venus, the beauty of it all. that then is the fruit, that's beautiful.
I got goosebumps, and each one of them are so beautiful. And so feeling that appreciation and that beauty in each step of growth and development of ourselves, but also everything around us, and then sharing that in community and celebrating in a beautiful way. Would you like to know what that feels like in the highest and best way?
Yes.
Safe for you to celebrate, safe for you to gather and celebrate. And you can do it in your own way, whatever way makes you feel comfortable. Okay, just say yes to yourself if you like that when you're listening right now, and you can have that in the highest and best way. Why? Because there's no time and space, and Creator's pretty magical. Look around, created everything, including you. Look in the mirror. You are pretty epic, extremely unique, like there's nobody like you. So would you like to know how to be graciousness and celebrate yourself? Graciousness to yourself? Celebrate your beauty, your inner harmony. Yes. Heaven, yes.
Heaven, yes.
And doing that out loud in a tribe. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Creator, thank you. Oh. Okay. Please continue. Amazing Kelley Hunter.
I know. Don't you just love that? Promises is going to be in Aquarius for several more years. I think till 27, 28 in there.
Nice.
It's a long cycle, longer than Pluto's cycles. So that's great that we're creating community, you know, and celebrating ourselves.
Yes.
So then right after that full moon, we go into sun sign Virgo. It's one of those monthly turning points, and we're more focused on doing things, responding to what is needed now, tending to the earth and being of service, which Virgo loves to be. So that's our Virgo time of the year. And we get into September. So we have a new moon on September 6th, and that's the new moon in Virgo. And it's at about 12 degrees, 13 degrees of Virgo. And that is accompanied by Venus still in Libra, that graciousness, and Mercury also in Libra, which is speaking graciously. So it's the heart and the communication, finding harmony and attending to like, how do you speak something so the other person is really going to understand you and feel where you're coming from.
Nice.
So that's part of it.
So as you're saying that, I just have to say, remember, we're stepping into this new wizard year in this calendar that's based on the Mayan time cycle, and it is the wind. It's the wizard. Yeah. Wizard seeds wind. And so wind is about breath and spirit and speaking. And so how do we speak from spirit? We're going to be learning how to speak from spirit. Now, speaking into creation as well. Put thinking into creation, because light travels faster than the speed of light, and light just is. And our thoughts and our words are real things. They travel faster than the speed of light.
Thinking harmonious words.
I have to tell you this. I thought, and I spoke it out loud to Kathy, I would like to have a cow and a baby calf. And within 24 hours, I walked down to the bottom of my property, and I was filling up our chicken water down there, and there was a baby cow nursing on a mama cow. Thoughts happen so quickly. What are you saying? What are you creating with your thoughts? What are you thinking?
Yes.
That focus that you were talking about earlier, where our focus goes, energy flows. So what are you creating?
Yes, absolutely. And that's the quantum potential of these new planetoids out there. It can be instantaneous. What these creator gods are about is taking intention and that creative energy and pulling it from the unmanifest into the manifest.
Well, I just think it's really cool that sometimes when we're really lining up our vibration, things can happen so quickly. And with the cow thing, it's in my neighbor's yard. I don't have to take care of the cow. I don't have to feed the cow. And the cow's hanging out right next to my stuff because we have the shade. And so I get to hang with the cow. That's what I want to do. Hang out with the cow. So anyways, I wasn't attached to it, but Sometimes we speak stuff and it happens so fast. And the more you clear up your stuff, the faster it does.
Yeah.
So, ta-da, magic.
Yeah, and aren't cows female bulls, if we want to look at it that way?
Yeah,
that's
Taurus.
The Taurus energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that the new moon, of course, is a new whole moon cycle. And the one on September 6th is colored by Virgo. That, we're moving into the change of the seasons. We're feeling nature, kind of make a change up, and we're being as efficient and appropriate and useful and responsive. And we might be also resetting some of our priorities. Okay, what's going on here? What's the most important thing? Let's kind of sift and sort and fine tune that's so Virgo. And it's a great time if you're in the fall season to be, really enjoying the harvest. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere in the incoming spring, you're going to be figuring out what you want to plant.
Nice. I love bringing that back to that earth energy there. Yes.
Well, that's what Virgo does. It brings us back to the earth and our responsiveness, our dance with the earth.
We got the Taurus energy for all of August pretty much, and then we're going to the Virgo. So we got the extra earthy.
That Taurus energy is more long lasting. I was focusing on it because Uranus was just turning around. And when it turns around, it stays in the same degree. It's been at 14 degrees from half of July all the way through August, all the way through September and into October. So it's focusing its energy. And that's what Taurus does anyway. It focuses like a laser, like a drill going down to find the water that's down there. The dowser showed us that, and we're going down. We're putting those roots down deep, and we're consolidating everything that we've been experiencing for the last couple of years.
Wow.
So it's a focused energy. If you have anything at 14 degrees of, say, Taurus, that's going to be early May. If you have anything like in Leo terms, that would be if you're born right around the 5th or 6th of August. If you're born around the 4th, 5th, 6th of November, or the other one would be Aquarius, so that would be February. Anybody born that first week of February is really feeling the electricity and the awakening. It's like, those lightning bolts are really, because the earth evokes, the electricity sometimes. And our earth is getting so, like, the electromagnetic fields are really cooking. And all through the solar system, it's not just Earth alone. We're a part of this whole choir of planets circling our sun.
That's awesome.
So we go on to the full moon of September 20th, right on, practically the eve of equinox. And that one's at the end of Virgo. So all during Virgo, that means we have more earth energy at this time of year. And it goes along with the signs of the times, which include Uranus and Taurus, Earth, and Pluto, the god of death and rebirth, that's in Capricorn for just a couple more years. And so that full moon on September 20th is in a really nice alignment with Pluto. And it's sort of helping what's appropriate come out of the destruction or the, we're letting go of old systems that aren't working anymore. And Virgo's more about, okay, we're fixing this broken system so it works better. Virgos love to take things apart and put them together again, and they work better. It's sort of the fix-it sign. So this is really helping bring some good, positive options that are workable out of the, detritus of the last number of years when we realize that certain systems are just not working. And here's how we can do it now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Really creative energy. Feels very exciting. And so that's right before fall equinox.
Right before. It's on the 20th. The equinox this year is on the 22nd.
So we'll be in the moon of motion in this new year. And that's really going to be an accelerated time just because this is the third year and that's the third month. So we're going to be in that energy of motion. So
okay, of the Mayan calendar. Yeah. Well, Virgo's a very interactive sign. It's a movable sign. It's responsive to what is the most important thing that has to happen here. And it's also our body, our health, our tuning in, it's the finely tuned instrument, and, we have to remember that Taurus energy, though. Uranus is like zoomed in on change all this couple of months, zoomed in, like focused on manifesting change, on awakening the change, on making us aware of what needs to change. We can't sit back. We've got to be on it. It's like you said about the farmers, they have to keep on it to promote the growth of their crops. Mm-hmm. We have to, kind of be steady and strong in moving forward so we don't get pulled back.
Okay, so how about a quick download before we sign off today on how to change with graciousness and harmony and creativity and love and celebration, because sometimes people don't like change because it's the unknown. So how about we can just do it with connection and faith and joy? Yeah. How about that download? Yeah. And we can actually work together to change it up. Yes. Heaven, yes. Thank you,
Heaven,
Creator,
yes.
for that. Yes. If you want that out there, you just say heaven, yes to yourself, and we got it taken care of. Excellent. Then we're going to be into fall equinox, and then what happens?
Fall or spring if you're in the southern hemisphere.
Oh, yep, don't forget that.
Yeah, then what happens? Mercury goes retrograde.
Yeah, we're
at
going to
the end of September.
We're going to have to think about what we just went through a little bit, a little reflection.
Thinking, and it is in the sign of Libra.
Oh.
So we got to think both sides.
Nice.
We got to look at both sides. We got to be balanced and fair in how we're thinking. We got to consider the other point of view and have a dialogue, at least inside our heads. How are we making our choices? Mm-hmm. Libra's a lot about choices, and we can see this, we can see that. Mm-hmm. But how do we determine what choices we make and what we believe about what's going on? Mm. So this is, editing some of the negative.
Yeah, I think it's about really embodying that wizard energy and being connected to the energy of creation and not just using our own little human brains to think it out, but be curious. Remember the curiosity from the last podcast, the time we got together. Use that curiosity. Say, hey, what's Creator going to be thinking about this? What's this perspective? What's that person's perspective? What's my perspective? Where's the truth? Where's the highest truth? Not somebody else's truth and not my truth, but what's the highest truth? Yeah,
higher mind truth, that embraces everything. So this full moon, the Mercury retrograde, it's close to the end of Libra, which means two things. First of all, it's challenging Pluto. Like, how are we thinking about things? We could easily go down the fear route, but no, let's go to the rebirth, the recreative. And we get the help of that Haumea, the Hawaiian goddess of childbirth. She births everything.
I can feel that quantum planet coming in before you said it.
Yes. So, there's Haumea. She and how does she decide what to give birth to? Mm. What what sperm to invite in? What to plant? What is it because of what is needed? Is it because of what would bring more beauty and joy into the world? Let's see if we can have it all. Yes. So how do you decide what it is, that you want to be doing that's most important to you and who you want to do that with?
I love that. Kelley Hunter.
So, I got to say that Mercury is going to be in Libra all of September and all of October and well into November.
Wow. So it seems like that's a little extended.
It is. It's because sometimes when Mercury goes retrograde, it goes back into a different sign. But this year, it seems to be like, think about it, like really think about it. Like, like it's really, it's like an education of the mind in terms of how we are thinking, and even looking back at what we're thinking and who are we talking to in our heads? What sides of ourselves are in on the conversation.
Wow. Okay, well, I guess the best way to get through all of this is just keep on praying, doing a little meditation every day, hopping on that Leading with Light Facebook group, engaging with this community, keeping on listening to some of these podcasts, get Kelley Hunter's very cool cosmic newsletter that you can get, and just keep on praying, people. So, Kelley, thank you so much today. It's so exciting to connect with you. It's such a pleasure having you here on Leading with Light.
I love the whole creative juices that we get going here, because we must be really feeling those creator gods, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. We have a really good time. And hey, praying before we do this really helps. So I love what you're up to in the world, Kelley, and I know how much the planet needs people just like you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All our listeners.
And all of our listeners. Yeah, we're here together. We're creating this tribe. We're going to play and celebrate together. Okay, I invite you. Play and celebrate together. Okay. Peace out, everyone.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Leading with Light. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode. And while you're at it, please leave a rating and review, and be sure to share it with your friends. Tune in every Tuesday for more exciting ways to help you pop into true divine connection and clarity, live in the energy of limitless possibilities, and delight in the love playground. Get your magic on and make this world a happier place. Yo.